Hey babes, it's Jenni Procopi with chronicbabe.com, and you're here with me for another AWAP Wednesday. AWAP stands for as well as possible, and in all things, that's what I wish for you, that you kick ass and take names no matter how sick you are, and I know you can. Naysayers abound. I mean, there are people all around us all the time who are going to call into question our experience, whether it's about our illness or anything else. It's just human nature. Unfortunately, those of us with invisible illness often face this more than a lot of other people. We have something that a lot of people can't understand unless they've been in our shoes. The thing is, over 100 million people in this country have invisible illness, so you're in good company. There are lots of others of us out there. We're out there. But there are a lot of people who just can't relate or can't understand or can't believe that what's going on with you is real unless they've been in your shoes. Now, that's unfortunate. If we dwell on that, it's a bummer. Who needs that? Let's just start by saying, if there's anybody in your life who's just continually calling into question your experience or doubting you or pointing out that you're sick but they don't believe it or whatever, boot them. You don't need people like that in your life. If you can limit contact with that person, I really suggest that you start setting up good boundaries. Now, let's talk about my 5 favorite ways to respond to people who are doubting my experience, those terrible naysayers who show up all the time. Here we go. The first is the quick change. Now this one, and actually most of the other ones, require that you not try to change somebody's mind. It's really unlikely that you're going to be able to do that. It's going to make you crazy anyway. So the quick change is all about changing the topic of the conversation. You might try answering a comment like this: "Hey Jenni, I can't believe you're sick. You're always like smiling and happy." With, "Hey, that reminds me, didn't you say you found a cool website with a bunch of videos that could make us laugh? Let's check that out." The trick here is you want to take what the naysayer is saying and pivot to something totally different that is a shared experience that you can have with that person, so you get back to that place where you're connected instead of feeling that disconnection. Okay, the next one's called "Just the Facts, ma'am." If you want to educate someone but you don't really want to get into a big discussion in that moment, try offering some facts. You might try answering a comment like this: "Hey Jenni, didn't I read something somewhere online that said that fibromyalgia isn't real?" With, "Yeah, there's always junk like that online. There's tons of losers who write that stuff. Let me send you a link with the latest findings from the CDC and the AMA because it seems like you're pretty interested." And then keep that info handy on your phone or on your computer so you can follow through on that promise, because there's a chance that you could educate this person and that'd be one less naysayer in the world. I often like the thanks but no thanks approach. So let's say you might answer a comment like this: "Hey Jenni, I heard sour cherry juice can cure fibromyalgia. How come you haven't tried that yet?" With something like this: "Oh, thanks, but you know, I've got a great health team and they're on it. But hey, how are you?" I always like to turn to them, put the conversation back on them, ask them how they are. People love to talk about themselves. I often turn to humor. It's my fallback in a lot of situations. So one of my favorite methods is just to make people laugh. So let's say someone says, "Hey Jenni, it's really hard to believe that you're sick. I mean, you're always so bubbly and put together and lively." I might come back and say something like, "Thanks, I'll tell my glam squad you said so." Or, "You should see how sexy I look in a hospital gown." Or, "I can't go to my blood draw looking a mess." It's all in the delivery. I like to add a little wink every once in a while. Just keep them laughing. It keeps you laughing. If all else fails, if someone just won't let up, if they're being a total jerk about it, try the blank stare. Just smile politely. Let the silence unfold. It'll feel weird. It'll feel awkward. You will want to fill the silence. Don't. Let them do it. They already want to talk anyway. Just be quiet. And there you have it, my top 5 ways to respond to naysayers, to respond to people who don't believe you're sick, if you must have any conversation with them at all. If you liked what you saw today, I'd love to hear from you. And even if you didn't like it, I'd love to hear from you. If you're not already watching this at our website, hop on over to chronicbabe.com and jump in the comments. I'd love to hear how you respond to people. I know that all of us would love to hear your tips. It's just great to hear from the community. If you love this video and you don't want to miss any more of them, make sure you sign up for our newsletter. Go to newsletter.chronicbabe.com and sign up today. You'll get a free weekly newsletter, a huge PDF toolkit to get you started as my gift to you, and tons more. This week, I have the best news. The Kickstarter for my new book has launched and we are almost 75% funded already. We have a couple weeks to go, so if you're watching this video in March of 2015 and not somewhere in the future, make sure you head over to our website and you can click on a link there that takes you to our Kickstarter page and you can make a pledge to help make the Chronic Babe book happen. Thank you. Okay, that's what I got for you today, babes. Until we meet again, be AWAP. Mwah. Beep. Unfortunately, those of us with invisible illness sometimes